One of the most challenging aspects of dating is recognizing when someone is starting to lose interest. Often, the signs aren't glaringly obvious. Instead, they manifest in subtle behaviors that, if overlooked, can lead to confusion and frustration. Understanding these signs early on can help you decide whether to address the issue or move on. Here are 10 subtle behaviors that may signal someone is losing interest in you and what you can do about it. Dating can be an emotional roller coaster, especially when you're unsure where you stand with someone. While things might start off strong, it's common for feelings to shift over time. The key is being aware of the subtle signs that indicate when someone's interest might be waning. By recognizing these early signals, you can either have an honest conversation to clarify things or take steps to protect your own emotions before things go too far. In this article, we'll explore 10 subtle behaviors that often signal someone is losing interest and provide advice on how to handle the situation. 1. Decreased communication. One of the first signs that someone is losing interest is a noticeable drop in communication. If they used to text or call regularly but now seem distant or unresponsive, it's a clear indicator that something has shifted. They might take longer to reply, send shorter responses, or avoid initiating conversations altogether. For example, if you used to have lively conversations throughout the day, but now you're the one always reaching out, it's a red flag. While everyone gets busy sometimes, consistent changes in communication patterns often point to fading interest. To address this, take note of whether the decline in communication is temporary or ongoing. If it's the latter, it might be time to have a conversation about where things stand. Communication is key in any relationship, and a lack of it often signals deeper issues. 2. Canceling or rescheduling plans frequently. When someone is interested, they make an effort to spend time with you. If they start canceling plans frequently or rescheduling at the last minute, it could be a sign that their priorities have shifted. While occasional changes are understandable, a pattern of cancellations suggests they're not as invested as they once were. For instance, if they used to eagerly plan dates, but now seem indifferent or always have excuses, it's a sign that their interest may be waning. This behavior can leave you feeling frustrated and unimportant. To handle this situation, pay attention to whether they're making genuine efforts to reschedule or if they're just letting plans fall through. If it feels like you're the only one putting in the effort, it's important to reassess the relationship and consider having a conversation about your concerns. 3. Reduced effort in conversations. Another subtle sign that someone is losing interest is when their conversations become less engaging. If they used to ask thoughtful questions, show curiosity about your life, or actively participate in discussions, but now seem disinterested, it's a red flag. Conversations that once felt lively and connected may start to feel forced or one-sided. For example, if they used to initiate conversations with enthusiasm but now only give short, generic replies, it shows that they're no longer as emotionally invested. This change in effort can be disheartening, especially if you're still putting in the same level of engagement. To address this, try to rekindle the connection by discussing topics that interest both of you or planning activities that encourage deeper conversation. If their disinterest continues, it's a sign that their focus might be shifting away from the relationship. 4. Lack of enthusiasm for future plans. When someone is genuinely interested in you, they're excited about making future plans, whether it's for the weekend or further down the road. If they suddenly become hesitant or avoid committing to future activities, it's a sign that they might be losing interest. They may respond vaguely when discussing plans or simply avoid the topic altogether. For instance, if you suggest a trip or event weeks in advance and they seem non-committal or uninterested, it indicates that they may not see the relationship going the distance. A lack of enthusiasm for future plans can be a subtle way of signaling that they're uncertain about continuing the relationship. To handle this, observe if this behavior is consistent across different situations. If they're regularly avoiding future commitments, it's worth having a candid conversation about their level of interest and where they see things heading. 5. Increasing emotional distance. Emotional distance is another clear sign that someone is losing interest. This can manifest as them being less open, sharing less about their day, or seeming emotionally disconnected. You might notice that they're no longer as affectionate or that they pull away from deeper conversations. For example, if they used to confide in you about their thoughts and feelings but now keep things surface level, it's a sign that the emotional bond may be weakening. Emotional distance often precedes a breakup, as it signals a loss of connection and intimacy. To address this, consider gently asking if something is on their mind or if there's anything bothering them. Sometimes external stressors can cause temporary emotional distance, but if it becomes a pattern, it's important to discuss what's causing the disconnect. 6. They seem more distracted. When someone is losing interest, they may start to seem more distracted or disengaged when you're together. This can include being constantly on their phone, appearing uninterested in conversations, or simply seeming mentally checked out. Distraction during time together can signal that their focus has shifted elsewhere. For instance, if you're spending time together and they're constantly scrolling through social media, texting others, or seem preoccupied with something else, it shows that they're not fully present. This behavior can be frustrating and leave you feeling ignored. To handle this, try to gently bring their attention back to the moment by engaging them in activities you both enjoy or initiating conversations that require their full attention. If their distraction persists, it may indicate that their interest in the relationship is fading. 7. They avoid deep conversations. When someone is invested in a relationship, they're open to discussing important topics, whether it's about feelings, future goals, or issues within the relationship. If they start avoiding deep conversations or brush off serious topics, it's a sign that they may no longer be as interested in building a deeper connection. For example, if they used to be comfortable talking about emotions or plans for the future but now change the subject or become evasive, it shows that they might be losing interest. Avoiding deep conversations can be a way to keep the relationship on a superficial level without fully committing. To address this, try to initiate a conversation about how they're feeling in the relationship. Be honest about your observations and see if they're willing to engage in a deeper discussion. If they continue to avoid serious conversations, it may indicate that they're not fully invested. 8. Less physical affection. Physical affection is often a key indicator of romantic interest. If you notice a decline in affectionate behaviors, like holding hands, hugging, or kissing, it can be a sign that they're losing interest. While every relationship goes through phases, a consistent reduction in physical affection suggests that the emotional connection might be weakening. For instance, if they used to be affectionate in public or cuddle up on the couch but now seem distant or uninterested in physical closeness, it's a sign that their feelings might be changing. Physical distance often reflects emotional distance. To handle this, observe whether the change is temporary or consistent. Sometimes stress or other external factors can affect physical affection. However, if the change is ongoing and paired with other signs, it's worth discussing your concerns to understand where their feelings stand. 9. They stop prioritizing you. In a healthy relationship, both partners make an effort to prioritize each other, even amid busy schedules. If someone starts consistently putting other activities, people, or commitments ahead of spending time with you, it's a sign that their interest might be fading. This could include prioritizing work, hobbies, or friends over the relationship. For example, if they used to prioritize date nights but now consistently cancel or seem uninterested in spending time together, it's a red flag. When someone stops making time for you, it indicates that they're no longer as invested in maintaining the relationship. To handle this, try to have an open discussion about your feelings and see if they're willing to make more of an effort. If they continue to deprioritize the relationship, It may be a sign that their interest is no longer there. 10. They stop making an effort in the relationship. When someone is losing interest, one of the most telling signs is a decline in the effort they put into the relationship. This can include everything from planning dates to showing care and consideration for your feelings. If they used to make thoughtful gestures or go out of their way to show affection, but now seem indifferent, it's a clear sign that something has changed. For instance, if they no longer put in the effort to surprise you, show up on time, or make plans for the future, it shows that they're not as invested as they once were. Relationships require ongoing effort, and when that effort fades, it's often a sign that the person's interest is fading as well. To handle this, express your feelings and see if they're open to making changes. Sometimes, people don't realize they're pulling back until it's pointed out. However, if the lack of effort persists, it might be time to reconsider the relationship. Conclusion: recognizing the signs and protecting your heart. Understanding when someone is losing interest is never easy, but recognizing the signs early on can save you from unnecessary heartache. Relationships thrive on mutual effort, communication, and emotional connection. If you're noticing these subtle behaviors in your relationship, it's important to address your concerns openly and honestly. Sometimes, a shift in interest is temporary and can be resolved with better communication. But if the signs persist, it's a signal that the relationship might be running its course. Remember, you deserve someone who is fully invested in you and the relationship. If you're constantly questioning their interest or feeling like you're the only one making an effort, it may be time to reevaluate whether this relationship is meeting your needs. If you found these insights helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear how you're navigating the complexities of dating and relationships.